Welcome back, valued viewers. I hope you're all doing very well. It's another day and we're getting on with the last part of the bodywork, the front right wheel arch. Much the same as the other one, except the rust is going to be a bit worse this time because it's on this side of the car. So just getting some bits of surface rust off and all the usual stuff, and of course, bash! All of that is rotten. Where is it? Just gone right through both layers, just muck. So I've chopped that piece out, just priming some bits up ready for welding. Going to cut some patches, and hopefully I'll have a better time welding it than last time, because just doing it like this is really hard to get to, but we'll see how we get on. Let's do it. Welcome back, viewers. I've been in such a hurry I completely forgot I haven't shown how I do the patching. So obviously you grind out all the miserable rusty material in whatever shape you can. You try and keep it as square as possible, but you know, in some cases it's just not possible. And then all you do is you thread some cardboard into the aperture. So you can see this aperture here, this funny like duck head thing. And then you draw on the inside, if you can, otherwise it's difficult. You know, just trace out the lines, and then you cut in cardboard the thing out, and then you put the cardboard on the steel and draw it on the steel, and then cut the steel out, and voila, we have our metal duck head. Put it in, make some adjustments, get it fit nice and snug without, you know, having to have it held in, and spot weld it, and then just seam weld it. That's it, yeah. It takes ages, but it's just slowly catchy monkey. Welcome back, viewers. So I've done this funny guy here, if you remember, and I'm moderately happy with it. A bit of cleaning up to do, but otherwise okay. I've done a patch there, done a bit of a better job this side than the other side. It was a bit messy the other side. And then I'll do another patch there, obviously, and then I'll do a little fillet or something here. Just looking at the weld, I suppose we haven't really talked about that. It's really difficult doing overhead welds because, well, it's access really, isn't it? You know, your helmet is massive and you can't get near the weld, and you really want to get near the weld, so I find it so difficult to see. So you have to sort of do it by feel, and you know, never find it easy. So this side here I'm really happy with. For whatever reason I got really good penetration this side. You know, when you do weld you can just tell it's penetrated really well, which is, you know, your most important thing. It's a bit ugly, but it doesn't matter obviously because you're going to grind it all off anyway. So I'm happy with that. And then on this side here, despite the fact I've actually got better access this side, I just couldn't get the penetration in it. I think it's, other than, you know, a few choice spots here, I think it's where you can get your helmet to really look at it, and you know, that allows you to get your guy in just right. And for some reason I could get my helmet down line perfectly here, but here I welded it from the side because of access to the side, and that actually made it worse. So maybe the way to do it is to helmet over here and really go down line like I did there in the long axis rather than the side axis, because the side axis just hasn't worked. So it'd be interesting to see what you guys think about that, because some of you guys are really good welders. This bit's a bit bodgy, that's just where I started, but I think it's penetrated okay. So what I'll probably do is keep that, probably reject this and grind it off and just do another bead on from scratch, just try and get the penetration, but maybe look down line here like I did there. In terms of here, I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I guess we'll find out. Stand by. Welcome back. So, finish. Ta-da! I did a bit of a better job this side than the other side. The weld is stronger, and I'm just more happy with it all round. So, yeah, kind of like new now. The last thing I need to do regarding the weld is put a lance in there, obviously, and seal it all from the inside, but that's going to be delivered tomorrow, so I'll get that done next week. Otherwise, all cleaned and sprayed and whatnot. When I do red oxide, I do a paintbrush first, so you can get in all the little, you know, the gaps and stuff, and then, you know, and then spray it with the can afterwards, because the can seems to be a better product. Done some seam sealing as well. Yeah, so otherwise that, it's all up in here as well, but I can't really get the camera in here to show you. It's all up the other side as well. Yeah, so I'm not really happy with that. A couple of things have come from that. So that's all of the primer done now, which is nice, and I've started the seam sealing now, so everywhere where there's an exposed seal, or sometimes even where there's not an exposed seal, just go around with the mastic, obviously polyurethane, and just seal every single bit, because of course that's where the water gets in through the, you know, where you get two bits of metal next to each other. So everything has to be sealed. It takes bloody ages, but it will be worth it, because it means that you've got a watertight seal. They do seal them from factory, but not all parts are sealed, so a lot of the seams, for whatever reason, they just spot weld and don't seal it, and you know, it's end up paying for that later down the line. Sorry, I'm jiggling about everywhere, aren't I? Okay, so that's that bit done now. The next is going to, obviously I can't do the bits around where the pads are. I don't actually know how I'm going to get back in there and redo them. I've got to find, maybe I was thinking when I'm finished, swap the car, turn the car around, relift it on different jacking points, and then I can get to this area. I don't know, we'll deal with that later. That's that. Only one other problem that I came across was the welder. Yeah, so I had a nightmare doing the welding all round. It was just very unpleasant, and it just didn't work a lot of the time. A lot of the time it wasn't arcing properly, and so I ended up looking, I should have done this at the beginning, but I'm a bit of a knob. Where is it? I ended up looking at this, taking the nozzle apart. It turns out the nozzle was broken. This is one I've just bodged on with a piece of tape, because I don't actually know how to fix it properly. But the gas shield, the outer bit, wasn't aligned properly with the inner bit, which there's no way of showing you that really. In there, there's an inner bit where the wire comes out, and it's meant to be central in this gas shield. Turns out it was broken, must have broken it in transit, but you can just see the wire there. That's meant to be in the middle. You can see it's in the middle. Great. It was broken, and it was offset to one edge and touching the gas shield, so it was completing a circuit. So basically, long story short, the welder didn't work, so I welded the whole car up without the welder working, which is why it was so nightmarish, and I needed so many F and C words to complete it. Lesson learned: check the welder for damage before you do any welding. Duh. And I've got to buy some parts, or find some parts, or buy a new welder to fix it. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. Anyway, that feels like a bit of an end of an era now. We've got all that done. Next is going to be let everything dry, and then it needs what will be its final coat. It will be the underseal, proper car underseal, nice, thick, stone-resistant underseal. On top of that, you can paint it if you want, the colour of the car, but I won't bother, because this is obviously not a premium car. This is just a personal cheap car. That's it. See you next week.